All right, guys, so this video is going to be good. I've filmed my live trade this morning on NzdJpy. We had a great breakout this morning following the ASFX system. It was easy to identify, so we called that trade out in the VIP chat for our members. And in this video, you're going to see clips of what I was thinking, how I was acting on this trade throughout the morning. I'm hoping that by showing you this like behind the scenes, almost like third person view of how I'm trading, you can learn how to actively manage trades like this for yourself and pull profits like this for yourself. This trade was pain-free, and this is what I want for you. So I'm hoping that you can learn something here. Make sure you stay till the end of the video, and by the end, you're gonna understand more about how to actively manage profitable trades just like this one. Good morning, traders. My name is Austin Silver. For those of you who are new to my videos, to my channel, I appreciate you being here. Do me a favor, hit the red subscribe button below me, join the family, join the team, so you don't miss any of the trading content that I'm constantly putting out for you and the rest of the trading community. Now, today, you can see it's a little early this morning. I was up, couldn't sleep for whatever reason. I'm excited and motivated. We got the seminar coming up in November, so I'm very work focused right now, so I don't sleep that much. So I was up early. It's 5:20 here. I'm long NzdJpy off the 50 EMA, off the 20 EMA. We have about 25 almost pips left in ADR after it's already moved about 25 today. So we could see at least another 25 pips of movement here. My risk is only about 8 pips, maybe 9 pips at most here. Yeah, 9 pips at most here. So to go get 20, 25, maybe even 30, we're gonna get 2R, 3R potentially out of this trade. Now, flipping over to TradingView, I'm going to just break down my analysis for you here. You can see that overnight from yesterday, we moved higher. Yesterday, basically, at 6 a.m., we set our low. 5 a.m., we set our low at the end of that London session. New York took NzdJpy higher. Overnight, it didn't really move too much. It really kind of chopped sideways here at that white line, that 200 EMA. But now, because we got this solid candle formation off the 21 EMA, solid candle formation off the 50, all morning making higher lows and breaking past the previous high set back here in the Asian session, I really like that. It gave me enough confidence to take my entry here. So if you take a look right here, you can see the entry candle that I just went long on broke past the previous high set in the Asian session. That high was then tested again here, right at the end of the Asian session into the London session, and now broken here as we're headed into New York in the next couple of hours. So my take profit is not set yet. I'm looking to get at least 15, 20 pips out of this with majority of my position, and then I'm going to try to manage and see if I can take more off of this. I really like the slope of the TDI here. I think we have more space to move higher. I don't see any divergence to tell me to get out, and if I take it to the smaller time frame, the 5-minute looks really good. We're starting to pull up into the buy zone on the TDI, starting to get that extension higher here. So you guys now understand what I liked about the setup, what I didn't like about the setup, and if we flip back to MetaTrader 4, you can see now I'm up about 5 pips. So we're going to give this time. There's still 8 minutes left on this candle. I just got in a couple minutes ago here, 8 minutes ago. Now look, already up 5, up 6. Look at it moving here. So I'm going to definitely give this time. We think that this breakout, the guys in the VIP chat and I, we definitely think that this could break and continue higher. We're looking for at least another 15, maybe even 30 minutes of bullish movement. So yeah, it looks pretty good. If I go to the 1 hour too, just to show you guys this, you can see yesterday, like I said, making that move higher after being very, very oversold, holding above that 50 EMA on the 1 hour, which is basically the same thing as the 200 EMA, the white line here, on the 15 minutes. So using those EMAs as support, it shows me and gives me more confidence in this position. That's why I use indicators. It really does help confirm what I'm thinking with my trades. So now let's see if we can reach up to 68 flat. We're at 67.86 now. I think 68 flat's a good first stop here. That'll be over 2R on my position. Could take some off there. So I'll update you guys maybe 5:30, 5:45. We'll see how much it moves, and I'll keep you posted. All right, guys, it is 5:55, so we are almost at 6 o'clock. I wanted to just tap in and update you guys on what I'm seeing so far. So here, you can see the trade did move up, left a nice pin up here. I was up about 10 or 11 pips from the entry before it started to pull back. Now, it had nice extension on the shorter time frames, and this pair doesn't move a lot as it is. It's not a super high volume, super high ADR pair, right? This moves on average about 50 pips a day compared to GBP pairs that are moving 150 pips a day. So here, I'm going to give this trade time, which is what I told you guys before. But also, when it moves up like that, I'm going to expect it to, pull back and move in a wave. So you have to give it time. So what I like to do is draw significant levels. Now, you guys remember from the previous video that I made a few minutes ago, I had the high of day set in the Asian session here, the body high, marked. And that was what I liked for the breakout, where my entry candle broke that high with my signal on the shorter time frames that I teach in my course, and that's why we got in, right? Now, you can see if I add pivot points, here's the R1, here's the R2, we actually broke the R1 pivot with a body in the next candle, which is really good considering we tested and could not break that pivot earlier in the evening. Now, I would expect after breaking that pivot and breaking the high of day that it would have to come back and retest. So what does it do? Comes back exactly to that high price where I have this purple line, exactly to the Asia high, and just bounced off it. Now, if we go to the shorter time frame, you can see 5 minute, really strong 2-candle formation, holding the 21, which is my red line here. I know I got a lot of lines going on, but holding the red EMA here, more confirmation that we're going to move higher. So now I'm looking to see, okay, let's get back above the pivot here at 67.84, 67.83, and let's hold to move to 68 flat. So now 3 minutes left until 6 a.m. We can also look at the hour chart. Looking at the hour, you'll get an idea for what the next bar should be doing. Here, you can see we're pushing off the 50, pushing off the 21, pushing off the 8, so we should see extension higher. And now, the last thing I want to share with you guys is that if we zoom out and pull this back all the way up here, you can see the 800 EMA is up top, right? So we're trading counter trend to the 800. I told you we had about 25 or 24 pips left on ADR. It's only 30 pips to the 800. In situations like this, very often you will find that I try to take these trades all the way to the 800 or at least maxed out to their ADR on the way to the 800. Using it as a ceiling almost for take profit. So first thing I'm going to do, like I told you before, is probably take some off here at 68 flat. Definitely take some off there. I'll be up over 2R. And then if I can get there, I'd like to lock the stop loss and profit and let this thing see if it'll go to the 800 here. So we're 2 minutes away from the 6 a.m. candle. I'll let that candle kick in for a little bit and then I'll come back and update you guys in a few minutes. All right, guys, it is 6:09. I am up, as you can see here, about 14, 15 pips in the trade. It's been really, really simple, honestly. So I just closed half the position. I'm not going to move my stop loss here. I'm going to give this a little bit more time, but I did close half because I'm up over 2R. So at that point, or I'm up just about 2R, I should say. So at that point, you got to take profits off the table. That's part of my plan. Now, something I'm trying a little bit more here is to just leave the stop loss as it is, as you see it here, to let this trade tell me when to get out or to let it push higher. I'm not going to move my stop loss in profit just because more often now I'm getting stopped in profit and then it ends up continuing in the direction that I knew it would move. So I'm going to leave my stop here and give this trade a little bit more time, at least with the other half of the position that I have in. Still up 13 pips here. It's a really nice trade. And again, it's all about the risk reward. So if we look at TradingView, you saw the breakout, you saw us clear Asia high, you saw us body the pivot, and look, just pins retesting that pivot, just pins. No bodies breaking, no reasons on the 15 minute to tell you to get out of the trade. You made your entry decision here, you set your stop loss here, you can see your take profit here, so watch it candle by candle on the 15 minute every 15 minutes to see if it gives you an exit signal. It has not broken back under the EMAs, broken back under the pivots, and closed there yet. So it hasn't told me to get out, which is why I think I can give it more time to see if we can reach at least 68 flat, or maybe even 68.11, 68.12 up here near the 800 EMA. I'm going to give it more time, but it's a really nice start to the week. And lastly, keep this in mind. Remember, for those of you that are going to be like, it's only 14 pips. Right, but I was only risking almost 8. So it's almost 2R. It's over 1R. And I just continue to win and make at least 1.5R on every single trade that I take. If you're winning more than 6 out of 10, even 5 out of 10 trades, you're going to be profitable over the long run that way. We're winning way more than 5 or 6 out of 10 right now. Things have been really good over this past couple of months over the summer here. So you would think that I'm going to stay focused on the risk reward. I'm going to stay focused on trying to identify good opportunities like this, even if they are smaller stops and smaller pip wins, like only 14, 15 pips. You can make 15 pips worth $15,000. You do not need 500 pips. You don't need 50 pips. You need consistent wins and you need good lots. That's all you need, good lot size. That's it. Because like I said, you can make these 7 pips $7,000, $70,000. It just depends on your account size. So it's 6:12, almost 6:15. You can see we're leaving just another pin. It's just kind of slowly moving its way up. Even here on the 5 minute, you can see, hit the 21, hit the pivot, moved up, kind of come back and retest. And then we'll probably continue to move up and then come back and retest like a wave, like I told you. So we'll give it a little bit more time. I'll hop back in a little bit here with you guys and update you on what I'm doing. But like I said, I closed half. Stop has not been moved yet, but I am half out of the trade in profit. So bagged some money. We're going to look to bag some more here in the next couple of minutes. What's up, traders? So it is almost 7 o'clock here, 6:57. As you can see, I'm up about 4 pips in the trade on the second half of the position that I still have in. I want to show you here. All right, traders, it is 7 o'clock in the morning. I want to update you on the trade. So if you're looking with me here on TradingView, as you can see, we had that push up where I was able to take off about half the position here at 67.93. We have pulled back now to retest that same price, 67.80. That was our breakout price. That was our high set during the Asian session. And now we've come back to retest it. Now, I took the pivots off that we were using earlier, but the pivot point is also right here as well. So having both the high of day there and the pivot point there, we know this is a significant price. So if we're going to retest any levels, this is going to be the first line of defense, which is why I'm still in the trade. As you can see here on MetaTrader, I'm in profit about 2.5 pips, right? Still holding. I haven't moved my stop loss because I still believe that we're going to get a push higher. If it comes down and breaks underneath the 21, the red EMA, if it breaks under the 21, that's when maybe I'll look to cover the trade. And if it does want to come higher, I'll look for a re-entry. But until it breaks the 21, I'm going to try to hold this as long as I can to see if we can get that push up higher here towards the 800 EMA. I still think we could because we have space on ADR. We have a beautiful liquid 50 in the buy zone, which tells me overall we're going to get a move higher here today by the end of the day. So I think if I can hold into this trade, again, I like the risk, I already bagged some profit, that's what I'm going to try to do. Looking at the 1 minute, I want to show you what I was able to find here that's kind of making me a little bit more confident that we could see still a push higher. So as you can see, we did just get another push down right here towards that low, that purple horizontal line I have here. But if you're looking at the TDI, previous to that, I was watching some divergence build here as the RSI was rising and price action was falling. That was creating some short-term divergence that I thought could take us higher. So now, as it kind of broke under the divergence to retest this price, I'm going to continue to watch to see if it does want to follow that divergence trend and start to pull this liquid 50, this yellow line in the TDI, pull that up into the buy zone. If that happens, then we're going to get another move higher. If it stays in the sell zone, if this RSI cannot get back above the liquid 50, if we can't get another push above there, then we're probably going to get more movement to the downside. And that's why I'm going to turn back to the 15 minute and watch this time frame here over the next 30 minutes or so. Because if we get a break of the 21, that's going to be my exit signal. I'm not going to just rely on the 1 minute time frame to get out of these trades. It's too short term. These trades take time, especially a slower pair like this. So you have to let it move like a wave. So like I said, it's 7:02. We're going to give this a lot of time, as long as I can really, because I still think it's got space to move higher. I know it does. So I'll keep you posted as it develops. I'll let you know if we break the 21 or if we get back above the 8 and we start to move higher. What's up, guys? So it is 7:38 now. I'm up, as you can see, 6 pips on the second half of the position. If we go to TradingView here, I want to show you what I'm looking at on the shorter time frames. But first, as you can see on the 15 minute, we're really still holding well. Holding above the Asia high that we used as support, holding outside the 8 EMA here, just slower than other pairs. So if you can put that pace of the trade aside, the technicals are looking great. We can go to the 5 minute, as you can see, held the 50 EMA really well. Tried to break below it, couldn't. Got right back above it, crossed the 8 and the 21, telling me we should see another push up. If you go to the 1 minute, you can see the same thing. We broke, retested this level of support, 67.80 basically, and now hitting off it again for the final time, pushing higher here, back to 67.87. I think as we start to see this 1 minute TDI get up here into the buy zone, you see this 5 minute TDI is already in the buy zone, 15 minute TDI is also in the buy zone. You're starting to see all the time frames again come in line, which is what we saw here before the previous push. So as the 1 minute starts to line up, that kind of leans me in favor of thinking that we're going to see another push to at least the high here, 67.97, maybe past that. So I'm going to keep watching, keep being patient, let the technicals tell me what to do here. I'm already half out of the trade, as you guys know, and I'll keep you posted. Maybe I'll check back in if we get some movement, like, some fast movement, or at 8 o'clock or so, and I'll update you guys on what we're seeing. All right, guys, tapping back in here. It is 7:56. As you can see, I'm up about 12 pips here with that second half of the position still left in. Never moved the stop. I was patient. We never broke the 21 EMA, and now it's paying me well. So here, if we flip over to TradingView, you can see this candle's taking us for a new high of day, clearing that previous high of day set during that first push at 67.90. It's looking like in the next 3 or 4 minutes, we're going to close, like I said, above that previous high for a new high of day. I'm looking to take this thing to about 68 flat. That's going to be almost 3R on the original entry, which would be a great trade. And like I said to you guys a couple times already, I do believe this could go to the 800 EMA way above us here, which would be another, let's see, 12 pips past where I have my take profit set. So I wanted to come in, just show you guys here on the 5 minute as well. Look at the retest back to that Asia high. It tried to break with one 5 minute bar there, couldn't even hold, came right back above, 8 and 21 crossed, boom, take off. Look at the liquid 50, TDI in the buy zone. Like I said, all the time frames bringing their TDIs into the buy zone. 1 minute now breaking up into there. Everything looking good to take this thing higher. So I'm gonna wait at least another 3 minutes before I close this trade, see how much extension we can get here, and maybe now is when I start to move my stop into profit if we can close for a new high of day. Because I think the smart thing here is to let it roll. It's telling me to be bullish. So as we move into the close, instead of taking off the position and getting out of the trade when it still could move higher and give me more money, I'm gonna move the stop to this support level, knowing that we've probably confirmed it at this point. And if we come back to it, we'll probably break it and move lower. Because as you can see, we broke above it, retested it here for about 45 minutes to an hour, and now moving higher off it. Simple structure. Hit, break, retest, now it's support. It's simple support and resistance. So let's give it a few more minutes. Like I said, 2.5 minutes here. I'll probably pop back on once I decide to move the stop, and then we will move forward from there. All right, guys, so it is 8 o'clock. As you can see, I now have my stop loss locked in profit. I'm up about 12 pips on the trade. I'm going to close a little bit more here just to take some off because, I like to always book some profit. And I'm going to let the rest of this thing continue to rip. I think that we could still see movement higher here. So what I'm going to do is leave the stop alone from here. If I do get stopped in profit, that's what it'll be. That's how I'll end the trade. I've closed enough now where I still end profitable on the day, a really nice gain, but I think it could still push higher. So I'm going to give it the space, going to give it the time, and still try to be patient, just like I have been all morning with this one. So I will update you guys once the trade is finished, but it might take an hour, it might take 2 hours, could take all day. So we'll see how it plays out. I appreciate you guys being here through the full video. I'll come back on in a little bit and I'll tie the whole thing up for you. All right, guys, I am tapping back in now. It's 8:15. We are up over 16 pips. We were just up 17, 18 pips, and I closed a little bit more of this trade. I still have some on here because we're looking good. As we broke out for another new high of day, we're extending off the 8 EMA. I'm going to follow the same rules that I've been following all morning, which is move the stop, give the trade time, be patient, and trust the method. So flipping over to TradingView here, you can see we're extending, like I said, off the 8 EMA on the 15 minute. If you look at the 5 minute, same thing. Space on the TDI, space on the RSI, space off that 8 EMA. Everything looks good for more movement higher. Now on the 1 minute, we are becoming a little overbought, but again, that's not something that's going to tell me get out of the trade. Go back to the 15 minute. Look, we are not slowing down yet on the 15 minute. It's just been push. The last about hour or so, we've been bouncing back off that Asia high. So I don't trust divergence on the shorter time frames on top trying to tell me to get out of this until I get some slowing here on the 15 minute. And since my stop loss is locked in profit, and since I'm about 80%, 90% out of this trade, I'm fine with leaving this thing go and just see what happens. See if we can make it all the way up to the 800 or see if it'll come down and stop me out. Because either way, I'm still going to end profitable today. I do have a take profit set in around 68.12, 68.13. So we'll see if it ends up reaching that high. Yeah, 68.12. We'll see if it reaches there at the 800. And if it doesn't, I'll still make money on the day. And that's why good risk management is so important. So like I said, 8.16. I'll keep you guys posted, but it looks really good. All right, guys, just want to circle back with you here. I am up, as you can see, about 19 pips in the trade. We've had some really nice extension off the 21, breaking for new high a day for the last 3 15-minute candles, as I've showed you. Now I've moved my stop 10 pips into profit, so if I do get stopped, at least I pull 10 pips out of this trade. But again, I want to try to be patient with this and give it more time to move higher towards that 800 EMA. If I go to the 1 minute, I am seeing signs that it's, again, I said this already, showing some divergence that could signal we're ready for a little bit of a pullback. But look at the movement that we've had that's gone up recently. Basically over the last hour, it's just been rising. So of course, it's got to pull back at some point. You know what I mean? This thing, like we said, moves in waves. So again, the extension off the 8 EMA tells me that at some point, it needs to come back and retest, settle itself, if it's going to then maybe make a move higher. So I'm locked in profit, 10 pips in profit. If it's going to move higher, I'm still going to be able to maximize that. If not, I'm going to still pull at least 10 pips on the small little bit of this trade that I still have in. You guys can see the P&L here. I've been pulling myself out of this as it's been moving up. It's been a really, really easy trade to manage. Very, very simple, just following the system that I preach to you guys in all of my videos. So, like I said, it's 8:30. I'm still in the trade, giving this more time. Let's see if we can push up. I do have a take profit set at like 68.12, so we'll see if we can reach. All right, guys, right there, it is 8:41. I just closed the final small little bit of this trade that I had on. I have a few reasons for closing it here, even though I do think it still could push higher. I see enough of the parameters that I use to grade my trades telling me that this is It's done for the day. It's slowing down, and I should not be greedy, as Riley just said, and I should take my trade. It's almost at 3R there. I pulled that final piece at 23 pips. So a really nice trade here on a pair that typically doesn't move that much. You can see ADR is only 48 pips on this pair, and I'm still able to get 23 out of it from my first entry, from that best entry. Now, if we flip over to TradingView, I'll tell you, like I said, the first thing that I didn't like and why I got out of the trade here with the final bit that I had is, number one, because ADR is close to maxed out. Like I just showed you on MetaTrader, basically we're there for the day. There's like 3 or 4 pips left, so I'm not going to be greedy for 3 or 4 pips. We've reached now, it's telling me, what this pair will move on an average day. So why think that this day is going to be more than average unless I'm being greedy, right? So that's the first reason. Second reason is divergence here on the 1 minute. You can see price action rising here recently from about 8 o'clock into the 840, right? High set here. RSI falling. So with that RSI falling but price action rising, that creates divergence that tells me this could be slowing down. I don't see divergence elsewhere, and like I told you guys earlier, I normally don't like to look at divergence on the 1 minute until the 15 minute has slowed down. But I think here, with the fact that ADR is maxed out, with the fact that it was also a counter trend trade, right, trading to the 800 EMA, both of those things, and again, the other third factor being that it's a pair that is not open right now, NzdJpy, 3 things saying, don't be greedy. I mean, from where I got out of the trade with my final piece to the top here is less than 10 more pips. I'll find other winning trades. I don't need to get it all the way there. I can be more than happy with this win. A great start to the week. Again, just not forcing it, going slow and following my method. So now, not even 9 a.m., done for the day. I don't have to do anything else. I can come back, do some analysis on this later, like I always do, send it to the VIP members, show them what I learned from this trade, things that I've, really practiced and done better. I think the main thing here would be, we spoke about this actually on our Black Shirt Club call last week, which is a weekly mentorship call that I run with a small group of students, small group of traders. We talked about just trusting our method, trusting the trade. The theme of this week was trust. And here you can see with that pullback, it could have induced me to get out after the first pullback here to test Asia high. But I didn't. I closed half as it moved up, as my plan says, trusting the method. When it pulls back, if it doesn't give me an exit signal, again, trust the method, stay in the trade, and that's why we were able to make more money on this one. So a nice win here today, 9 a.m. and we're done. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, do me a favor, make sure you drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Any comments, questions, concerns, let me know. I'm always here to help. Make sure you guys are subscribed as well. Hit that red button below me.